So, I live in one of those picture-perfect suburban neighborhoods where everything looks peaceful. Clean sidewalks, trimmed lawns, those little mailbox clusters. But behind it all is a tyrannical HOA run by one of the most power-hungry, nosy people I've ever met in my life. We call her Chainsaw Karen. Not just Karen, Chainsaw Karen. And you'll find out why in a minute. Now, I've lived in this house for a decade. Quiet guy, keep to myself, never missed a fee. But I also happen to have this massive maple tree in my front yard. It's at least 40 years old. My grandfather planted it before he passed, and it's been kind of a family symbol ever since. The thing was gorgeous. Golden leaves in fall, full canopy of shade in the summer. It even had a tire swing I used to play on as a kid. The neighbors loved it, except for one, Karen. See, Karen became HOA president about 2 years ago and immediately started going on this weird visual uniformity kick. She wanted every lawn to have the same kind of grass, the same color mulch, and, get this, no trees taller than 15 feet. That was her new rule. She said it interfered with the neighborhood skyline, whatever that means. Everyone ignored it because it wasn't enforceable. She couldn't retroactively change landscaping that had been there since the 1980s, or so we thought. One weekend, I go out of town for work. 4 days. I come back, and my maple tree is gone. Just gone. In its place? A stump, some scattered sawdust, and a neon orange notice taped to my front door. It said, "Tree removed per HOA policy. Charges will be added to your monthly dues." And the signature at the bottom? Karen. My jaw hit the lawn. No warning, no call, no permit from the city. And just like that, a 40-year-old tree was history. So naturally, I marched over to her house to confront her. And do you know what this woman said? She smiled, and said, "It was a community decision. You'll thank me when your property value goes up." I had to physically stop myself from going full Hulk smash on her garden gnome collection. I just said, "You're going to regret this," and she laughed. "Sure I will." Now I could have screamed. I could have raged. But I decided to do something much more powerful. Read the HOA bylaws. And that's where I found something interesting. See, Karen had just submitted a request to the city to reroute part of the neighborhood drainage system, specifically the water runoff pipe that ran behind 4 houses on our street, including mine and hers. She wanted to reroute it slightly, so it flowed through a path that made her backyard more aesthetically pleasing. But in order to do that, she needed a signed easement agreement from each homeowner whose property the pipe would cross, including me, and that's when the idea hit me. I didn't scream. I didn't yell. I smiled, walked back to my house, and typed up a 1-sentence letter. It said, "I do not grant permission for the HOA or any affiliated contractors to reroute utilities through my property." I mailed it, certified, with a copy to the city inspector. 3 weeks later, I got a very different kind of knock on my door. Karen, no clipboard, no smug grin, just panic. "Hey, I was wondering if we could chat about the easement." I told her I was busy and closed the door. Then it rained. A lot. And guess what happens when you block the only alternate path for runoff and leave Karen's backyard as the primary collection point? You get a swamp. Her garden? Drowned. Her koi pond? Overflowed. Her lawn? Looked like a mud wrestling arena. And the best part? Her basement started to flood. Not dangerously, but just enough to make it unusable and, yep, raise her insurance premiums through the roof. She tried to file a complaint. The city said, "Talk to the HOA." The HOA was run by her, and she had approved all of it, without securing the easement first. Checkmate. Then came the legal threat. She tried to sue me for malicious obstruction of HOA projects. My lawyer, shout out to Dennis, real one, sent back a packet so thick it probably made her eyes bleed. We included the bylaws, her illegal tree removal, which I also reported, and the fact that she had falsified a community vote that never even happened. The judge didn't just throw her case out, He warned her not to file anything else without legal review, or she could face sanctions. So let's recap. Karen chopped down my tree. I legally blocked her precious landscaping project. Nature flooded her yard. She lost in court. And now, the HOA board voted her out, and I got elected to replace her. Oh, and I planted a new maple tree, slightly bigger than the last one, right in the same spot. The best part? I named it Karen, because that's the only thing going down in my yard these days.